What's going on, guys? Just want to make a quick video for you guys talking about reward. Al Brooks said something that the greatest edge that you can have over the market is reward. I've seen it kind of help me a lot in my trading. I've had these months where I'm using 1-to-1 R and I end up with a 55% win rate, 52% win rate, and started off the market hot in the 70s in the win rate, but then I have one bad week and it tanks down my numbers, and it's just a little bit frustrating. It wasn't until I went to 2R that I started to see way more explosiveness in my trading. And I want to show you guys a little tool that I use to kind of understand that. So for example, let's say your average loser is $300. Your average winner is $600. Okay, you take 10 trades per week, which is 2 trades per day, with a 45% win rate. It puts you at $12,600 per month with only 3 PA accounts. Right? That's huge. If you take a look here, you can put in monthly goals here. Let's say your monthly goal is $20,000 a month. You only need 5 PA accounts, 10 trades per week. Your average loser being 300, average winner being 600, with a 45% win rate to make $21,000. Right? Mathematically, it's much easier. Even if you only have like a 40% win rate, obviously $20,000 is a lot. Let's put 10,000. You only need 5 PA accounts with a 40% win rate, where you average $600 per winner, average $300 per loser, and you take 10 trades per week. You're at $12,000. Right? So using a 2R gives you so much more room to be wrong. And for some reason, in the way that we trade, Al Brooks, Mac, PT, there's so much scalping for like 1 point, 2 points in this business. And I don't fully understand it. A lot of traders just don't like to lose, and that's okay. Then they're going to go for this 1R. They're going to go for those 1 point, 2 point scalps. But I don't have a problem losing. Right? I'm okay, taking a trade and it not working. That's just trading, right? Which is why I don't mind going for the larger profit targets. Right? I'm okay if, say prices come down, hit 1R, comes back and stops me out. I'm okay with that. You know why? Because on my next trade, right, this lower high, I go and take 2R. Now I'm profitable. Guess what? I take another trade, stops me out. I'm just break even. No big deal, right? Where when you're scalping or you're going for 1-to-1, say you win this trade, then you lose this trade, right? Then you win this trade. Then you lose this trade, and you end up being break even. Or you lose 2 trades on a Monday. Now Tuesday you're going into it knowing that even if you get 2 amazing trades, you're just break even. So I feel like with 1-to-1 and with this scalping 1 to 2 points, I'm just always playing catch up, and every loss hurts. For 2R, you can see, like, look at these, these measured moves here, right? 1 leg pullback, 2 legs, bullish bar, rejecting. It's also a double bottom. Again, this provides at least 2R, right? We get a nice second entry short right off the trend channel. Again, you get at least 2R, right? We get a nice, this is about 50% pullback here, I believe. But again, you can see right off the trend channels, you get a nice 61 fib pullback here that I marked. You get at least 2R. I mean, there's so many trades that just provide 2R, but you got to use the market structure, right? If you're going to take this trade here and be like, well, I'm going to put my stop loss all the way down here. Like, why? Why is your stop loss down there? Right? Like, what underneath? If anything, I could see you putting it down here below this low here. Right? But there's just like there's no logical structural reason to have your stop loss down here. Right? What you should do is instead, based off the market structure, 1 tick below the bullish bar and go for 2 to 3R. And if you're wrong, you lose $370. And if you're right, you make $700. Right? And this has really helped my trading a lot. Basing my stops off the market structure, right? Again, if I take this lower high here, 1 tick below this bar, right? Because we get a little bit of an overshoot, then we get a lower high confirming directionality. We also have 2 legs that met this measured move. I put my stop 1 tick above this, with the stop to entry one right below. I didn't actually take this trade. I was done trading around this time, but I threw out I think this trade in the chat. This is another perfect lower high. But again, these all get 3 R's minimum, right? And even if you took this trade for 2R, we always teach 2R, but in trending days you can go for 3R. Let's say you take 3R, right? That's $1,500, right? And even if you lose this trade, you only lose $400. And let's say you know, obviously if you're 1 and 3, you're probably going to be break even. Mathematically over time, even though these signal bars are different sizes, they're going to have a somewhat of an average over time. But again, even if you're up $1,500, you're like, hey, I'm going to wait one more trade. I'm going to wait for 2 legs. Maybe you get trapped, somewhere over here on this lower high. It comes back, stops you out. It's no big deal, right? You're still profitable. And it's a lot easier to go to bed at night knowing that you just need 40%, 45% to be profitable. Again, you can come here, right? 45%, lost $300, win $600, 10 trades per week, puts you at $12,600. Right? Even if you take less trades, which 1500 tick chart provides, and 2K chart and ES provides so many trade options. But even if you just want to do 5 trades per week, 20 trades per month, you only need 5 PA accounts to make 10,500 with a 45% win rate going 2-1, right? 2R on every trade. It's just so much less stressful because it gives you room to be wrong. You're going to have emotional days. You're going to have days where you don't eat breakfast. Or you're going to have days where you don't drink enough coffee. You're going to have days where you get in an argument with your spouse, argument with, anything, your kids, anything. And you're just not mentally right. It happens at the end of the day. We're mental athletes, as Clay likes to say. And 1-to-1 and scalping, man, it gives you no room to be wrong. No room to be wrong at all. And I just don't think that we should limit ourselves to having to always be on point and perfect just to be profitable, right? For example, if we went, if you took, let's say 1, 2, 3 trades and went 3 for 3 today, you'd be up at least 6R. Like that should be an exceptional day, right? Because now you can take 6 trades, and if you lose all 6, you're simply break even. That's so much easier on the mental, where you might lose 1, win 1, lose 1, and now you're just up slightly. You're just up 1R. You took 3 trades and you're up 1R, right? Again, I find it with the lower rewards and the scalping. You just need to be so on point, and it's so stressful. Which is why Al Brooks always says, most traders end up being swing traders because, scalping is very, very difficult because your win rate needs to be so high. So again, always look for 2R trades minimum. You're going to notice that even with a low win rate, you get payouts. Even with a low win rate, you can pay your bills. 45% is not a high win rate, but it's extremely profitable if you're using 2-to-1. And again, guys, I challenge you, go back and look at all your trades. Go back and look at all your trades. And you'll see tons and tons of trades, guys, hit 2R. Now, obviously, if you're in a tight trading range like this, you simply don't trade. Right? Just don't trade this. This is junk. Wait for trends to form. Or wait for bigger channels to form like this, where there's trends inside. So like this is just a trading range, but also inside we're having 2 legs down. Right? We also have, this looks like 2 legs up, right? So even though this is a range, we have movement and trends inside of the ranges. So wait for wider ranges or bear trends or bull trends. But like this stuff here, obviously you can still get 2-to-1 in this, but this is junk. You're going to get chopped up and destroyed in this junk. And it's a lot harder to hit 2R, right? So again, guys, try 2R. I'm telling you, it's going to change your trading for sure. Again, the biggest edge, I honestly believe this as well, the biggest edge you can have in the market is your reward, right? If someone takes a trade and holds it for 4 or 5R, you only have to be right, 15% of the time with the 5R? I'm not saying 5R is something that we should aim for because it's not really realistic all the time. But again, if we're using these small 30-second, 1-minute time frame charts, I mean, you better be going for 2R. The whole point of using these small time frame charts is that we can get into these bigger moves for cheap. Like I said before, you know, if you're not trading, if you're not going for big R, at least 2R on these trades, you're just better off trading a higher time frame. It's going to be less stressful, and you're going to get 1R easier. You know, but you know, being able to get into these trades cheap, you got to take advantage of that. So again, guys, try it. 2R, base it off the market structure, right? If you're gonna go long here, wait to see how the market reacts. You see this big bullish green bar, you know, one tick below that, or your stop one tick below that, your entry right here. Aim for 134 ticks, 2R, risking 16 points. And again, that's a winner. That's a beautiful trade. 2 legs up in this trading range here, right below the bear bar. This is another trade that you could do. You could also wait on the lower high that forms right underneath the EMA. Right, if you're really, really sketchy as to whether or not this is the top of the trading range. And again, you also get 2R here. Again, you will need to be right 40% of the time doing this. 45% of the time will make you rich. And I think you guys are more than good enough to be right 40 to 45% of the time. If you guys have any other questions, hit me up in the Discord.